Hi everyone at home, welcome back to the Alliance Tournament. We're here with the second and last weekend. Today's Saturday, that means we need to find out who's going to go into the finals tomorrow, who's going to go home, and who's going to blow up in a massive ball of fire. But as usual, we have guests. At the end, it's Ravi. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Have you had a good week off here in Iceland?
Yes, it's been a lot of fun. It's been great to get to hang out with some of you guys, and I'm really looking forward to this weekend. We are less than 36 hours away from finding out who's going to win this tournament. That has me really excited.
Yep. How about you, Michael Bolton? Are you feeling it?
I'm really feeling it. I got 9 holes of golf in this morning, so I'm really having a great day.
A gentleman.
Oh, yes. I dressed up for the occasion. I thought I would class it up a little bit.
Wakes up, goes out, plays 9 holes, put on the suit jacket, go talk about spaceships.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. And a new guest, CCP Tier. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you.
For those that don't recognize you, because we have had you on in previous years as well. So what do you do for CCP?
I am the FanFest coordinator. I also do all kinds of events and internal parties, but FanFest is my main priority.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about last year's FanFest and next year's FanFest. But before we do that, we do also have Sunset and a few guys in the commentary booth that would like to wave and say hi to all you guys.
Hello, I'm CCP Sunset back in the commentary booth. Today I have the delicious Kill 2 and the delightful Shadow. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah, doing all right? Just all right.
It brightens up our day to see you, CCP Sunrise.
Sunrise, sunset, pick one, anyone. Have you guys had a really good week outside of the Alliance tournament? Have you been swatting up all week, learning all your stats off by heart?
Oh yeah, all we've been doing basically is studying.
That's right.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to today's matches, today's and tomorrow's. Obviously, tomorrow's is heading into the unknown, but
Yeah,
obviously
tomorrow's maybe more exciting,
Yeah.
but today's exciting as well, kind of for a different reason. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens today because there's a lot of kind of funny quirks about this format, and we'll see kind of how that plays out.
Yeah, you're expecting to see lots of tactics going on, lots of under-the-table deals.
I think today the most interesting part is gonna be the metagame. Who has paid who has made deals with who, and how that's gonna play out. I think is gonna be the really interesting commentary. At least that's what we'll be focusing on.
So it's your last weekend in Iceland. Is this the first time you've been here, Shadu?
It is indeed. It's the only Scandinavian country I haven't been before.
Oh, really? Okay, so a new experience for you. And how's that gone?
It's been interesting to hang out with these younger guys, Michael Bolton in particular. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, it's been a return to 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, you guys have had a pretty fun-packed week.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
It's
I
not all
had the
hard
pleasure
work being a
of
commentator.
shoulder checking the former CCP Claw
Yeah.
into a wall while jump roping at 2 a.m, causing him to sprain his ankle and go to the hospital.
Sending him to the hospital. I think that was...
There's been a lot of highlights, yeah, I'm sure we'll hear
That's
about
quite
them.
an achievement.
Yeah, I think we'll have some nice YouTube footage as well.
Oh, okay.
Of,
So look out for that. Okay, well, this was just a very quick hello, and I think we'd really like to get back to the studio, and
I know I
hopefully,
would.
yeah, we'll be back here later. So hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, guys. A few stories from this week. CCP Claw going to the hospital while skipping with a few Icelandic girls at 1 a.m. is...
Jumping rope.
Jumping rope.
Yes,
Jumping rope, as they say. Anyway, enough of the silliness. We have a long day ahead of us. So, question on everyone's mind. How many of these matches are going to be bought and paid for?
I think we're going to see probably a few of them. It's not going to be the rule by any means, but especially in the matches where one team has a chance of advancing and the other one doesn't, it just makes sense that they may try to make a deal.
Yeah, there's probably 2 or 3 matches where I feel confident that I could say, like, this match will be fixed beforehand. The team will roll in with 50 points, the other team will just self-destruct.
Ravi, as someone who's in an alliance that sometimes dabbles in metagaming, do you actually know if any matches have been bought and sold at this point?
No, there aren't any that I'm sure about by any means. There's some where you can say there very well could be opportunities for metagaming in this match, but so many things are involved with that. The relationships between members of the different alliances, sometimes they may just not want to talk to each other. So we're just going to have to watch the matches and find out.
There may be some alliances with their famed E-honor. They just can't throw the match.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't sell out on that point. So there might be some of the alliances making some money off this. You at home could also be making a little bit off this Alliance tournament. We do have competitions going all day. We have the usual PCU contest. This one is the first one. This is pick a winner of the first match. It is a GDC courtesy of Shattered Crystal. Shattered Crystal, of course, a fantastic website that should really be called Beautiful Fantastic Crystal with a wonderful website. And there are some of our friends. They've put a time card up for grabs. So go to eveonline.com and try to predict this match. And we'll have contests like this running pretty much constantly. We have the big PCU contest where you can win an Alienware laptop, which you'll see on screen now. This is basically the big PCU contest tomorrow, and you have to guess our peak. For this one, you can win a Alienware laptop. It is the same laptop that I have on my desk here. It isn't actually this exact laptop, but it is the similar model. You don't really want this laptop after I've
I don't think that adds to the value.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you like touch the prize laptops beforehand?
I can lick it. I can lick the
very
top of it
good.
and send it off. Anyway, that's what we have. So you guys at home can also take something home. FanFest is done.
FanFest is over, yeah.
So what was really, really good this year? What was your favorite part about FanFest?
I mean, the surprise of the year was chess boxing. I mean, we basically did that on the spot. I mean, produced it almost during that same day, and it was amazing results, and where we had that brain versus pain and all that stuff, and we had a full house, and we had to see people in the bleachers, and it was awesome production quality, and we got blood, and the underdog won. So if you haven't seen it, you really have to check it out on YouTube.
I was so surprised because, like, of course you have the big Vegas matches that are fantastic quality, and then you have like kind of smaller televised boxing, and none of it was actually as like, we were kind of somewhere in between. Like, it wasn't Vegas, but it certainly wasn't your standard TV boxing match. It was higher quality than that. It was like...
Definitely. I mean, EVE TV and all this Alliance tournament is pretty high quality, and so we did that with chess boxing as well. So
yeah, I had the pleasure of watching it, and I have no idea how it's going to be topped at next FanFest. My suggestion, though, player chess boxing, just have a big tournament bracket and players can sign
that's an idea that has been brought up, and we have this skýrglíma. It's an Icelandic thing where people wrestle in a huge pool of dairy products. I mean, that's all kinds of stuff. But who knows what's gonna win and what's gonna be the next surprise.
So basically, skier is this Icelandic yogurt product, and what you're saying is that it's basically mud wrestling, but you have the skier instead of mud.
Yes.
I love skier. Wow. That would be the most delicious wrestling I think I could participate in.
But it's not two good-looking girls wearing bikinis. It's two hairy guys.
My favorite.
So it's, it has its value.
Two devs or players or whoever.
I've been thinking, like, what can top chess boxing, and I think I just heard it.
Yes.
I think I might have just heard.
How am I not surprised that would be something that would come out of Iceland?
Yeah, and it was wonderful.
Drunken chess boxing.
Drunken chess boxing, yeah. You can do
There's a third round in between where you have to like chug 3 beers, then play a round of chess, and then do a boxing round.
But I mean, and it was wonderfully over the top too. We had the smoke coming out of the hall. We had the posses. We had a choir sing the national Icelandic anthem. It was just if you didn't go to FanFest, you really missed out.
We went all the way with this one.
Yeah, pretty much. So, if you take one thing that you wanted to change, for example, like what did you think, well, maybe we'll do this differently next year?
Well, yeah, FanFest was, it was the best. We broke all the records. We had, 30% more people attend. It was just amazing in everything. But the party at the top of the world, of course, had record attendance, and the local newspapers were like, where were all the beautiful girls? I mean, where were they this weekend? And of course they were with us at FanFest. But with them, there's a lot of people that come that maybe we don't want at FanFest. And so we're gonna try and maybe separate the locals from the FanFest attendees a little bit. So we'll have a big room where everyone can party, and maybe a separate room with a loungy kind of area that FanFest attendees and pass holders and their guests could come and attend and go away from the crowd.
All right. Well, that sounds like a cool
that's a lot of people that ask for that. So
yeah. All right. Well, that sounds like a good change. That is really, really cool. And let's talk a little bit more about that and the location of FanFest as well, because there's definitely exciting stuff there. If we could just get the schedule up on screen for a second, let's see what's on today. There's that schedule. That looks really interesting. So, Ravi, what are we looking forward to today?
I think seeing Darkside play against All Authorities a bit later in the day. Seeing the rematch of last year's final with Pandemic Legion and Hydra Reloaded is also going to be a very good match. Because both of them, which normally, like, they're guaranteed through to the knockout rounds, but winning that match lets you avoid Darkside, which is always something you want to do.
Yeah, if Darkside has fixed their match or loses their match with against All Authorities, it will be a race to see who can lose the match faster between Pandemic Legion and Hydra, so that should be very interesting to see.
I'm also really looking forward to Godfathers and WeDot.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty good. I mean, this is also one of those groups where we don't actually have don't have 2 wins. Like, we have a win and a draw on the 2 top ones. So this is basically the first match is a must-win between 2 really good teams. That's going to be.
They've both been surprisingly good.
Yeah, they have. They've been really, really good. So I mean, that one's going to be very, very good. And I'm kind of wondering. I'm kind of cheering for Red Federation as well. I kind of want to see them go through.
I think most of the experts really just have a soft spot in their heart for Red Fed.
You have to have a bit of a soft spot for the dark horses. So on the whole buying and selling, do you think any teams are going to come out and say it afterwards?
They very well may. I think after the fact, you're going to see a lot of forum posts where people describe what they did, and because it gets you good tension, and that's what the point of forum posting is, really.
The point of forum posting is rep. What are you guys talking about?
No.
But I actually would like to see. I've heard briefly that some of the people are pushing for more money, and maybe want to do some final bargaining during the match in local.
Oh, I see.
Try and push that tag up a little bit.
We actually, when this happens usually, we do have people on the forums who complain a bit about it. Should we have an honor rule in the Alliance tournament that prohibits this?
I don't think that would be very Eve-like at all.
No, I don't think so. I think, like, especially with the commentators, you have almost all 0-0 guys. That is, metagaming is a tremendous part of EVE Online. It's in fact some of the most intriguing stuff that happens.
And that also means that the teams that do decide that they're going to keep their honor, that do decide they're not going to engage in the metagaming, they're putting themselves at a disadvantage, but they're also actually making a real choice rather than making an easy choice. Yeah. There have been teams this year that I attempted to sell information to or even give information to that turned it down because they wanted to go through on their own merits, they wanted to be honorable, and I respect that a lot. I think they're putting themselves at a bit of disadvantage, but that's not a real choice unless there's actually a downside to it.
Are they one of the teams with 2 losses?
I won't go into any more details about the teams.
Right.
Some of them are teams that are actually done, again, surprisingly well.
All right.
Ravi is in fact famed for his e-honor.
But I mean, then there's the flip side. How do they guarantee that you're selling accurate information, not just setting them up?
Yes. I tried to build up a bit. That's another thing where you may see people posting about it, is it does help you build up a reputation for the next tournament.
How could you not trust this face?
Yeah. Is there a bit of honor among thieves?
I think so. Well, you definitely have to make sure that you don't ruin your future opportunities for profit.
For business, yeah, of course. All right, that's fun. So we have a really good day ahead of us. We do have the finals tomorrow. Are we going to see any different kind of setup today, or if people want the explosion of magnificent setups, do they have to wait till tomorrow?
I think you're going to see some teams bring out their very best today. The teams that need to win and need to win with a lot of points are going to pull out what the stuff they've been saving. Some of the teams that are guaranteed to go through where it's a should win but not a must win, the Hydra PL match and the Black Legion Bane, both of those they want to win, but they won't be knocked out if they lose.
All right.
You're going to see probably a bit more conservative setups.
Yeah, no. I think you're going to see also my favorite setups in the matches that do not matter at all. You just bring the absolute funniest setup they can bring. And if somebody is in a match, I'm talking to you right now, if somebody is in a match and they don't bring the funniest setup they can bring, where the match doesn't matter, I'm going to be very angry with them. All
right. Okay, well, let's kick this day off. Godfathers versus WeDot, that I'm apparently pronouncing correctly now. Let's just go around the table. Who's going to win this one?
I'm going to go with WeDot.
I'm going with WeDot as well.
Godfathers.
I'm going with Godfathers as well, but there is really only one way of finding out.